What's up, everyone? How's it going? I am going to be testing out file uploads with Zeta, which should be fun. I'm excited to test this out. Sage on YouTube, what's going on? Also, I guess I should move these. Well, I guess it should show up well for you. So this is going to be part of an ongoing build in public series that I'm doing, partnering with Sentry and with Zeta. And my plan is to build a lot of things. We'll see how far I get. But to build tooling around experiences at conferences. So it could be a lot of things. Some of what I do is I often do like short interviews with people at conferences. So like ask people the same 5 questions and then use that content to do something. Some of it could be just tracking relationships with people that you meet at conferences and maybe like tagging them with a certain technology or things that you're interested in, or any kind of thing like that. So it's super kind of open ended at this point. And the first thing I want to test is just kind of like uploading files to Zeta. So that's what I was going to take a look at today. Scion on Twitch. What's up, Scion? Have you gotten any more excited about SvelteKit? Or are you still moving on from SvelteKit? Let me know. A quick reference, just the documentation page in case people are interested. And also just like very back to the beginning, Zeta is a database that is built on top of Postgres, and it has a UI associated with it, like a table builder, all sorts of cool stuff. And relatively new is their files and images as a record or as a property column type inside of your database. So that's what I'm going to kind of look at. The one thing I don't quite see, and I'm hoping maybe it'll show me some sample code. I don't necessarily see like sample code in here to actually upload this. Add the file columns and immediately start uploading content to the Zeta app. So I don't know specifically. I haven't seen like an SDK to actually be able to upload this thing, which I think you should be able to do. So hopefully we'll figure that out. But let's just create a new database called video stuff. Oh, I forget I'm not actually sharing my screen yet. So let's do this one. Cool. Zion woke up at 2. First thing I did was watch a 2-hour SvelteKit tutorial. Who is the SvelteKit tutorial by? Video or files test. I don't know. Kenshin, what is the goal of this video? The goal of this video is to work with or test out being able to upload and work with files, videos as files inside of Zeta database. So that's what I'm trying to work on. So inside of here, we might want to create, I don't know what the table would be. Like in theory, I want to have each video has its own like subtitles kind of saved with it, and then have searchability with that as well. So that's one of the things that I want to do. So I don't, can I just call this a video table? I guess that maybe feels silly. And then inside of here, we'll have a file, and this will be the actual video, I guess. Allow multiple files. I want this to be singular for now. Make files public by default. Default value unsupported. I'll see that. This will expose uploaded files to the public internet. Individual files can still be made private after upload. Fair enough. Let's see what the code snippet looks like to create one of these. So insert a record. Video unknown. That's interesting. I don't know what that means specifically. Kenshin, you're very welcome for the answer. Let me know if you have any questions along the way, and we'll try to build something cool. So anyway, that's fine for now. I'm wondering if like the upload of this would be a URL to a video. I'm not sure how that would be interesting. So that's one answer I would like to get. Video upload Zeta. This is old one. Let's just search Zeta files, see if we can find a reference. Scion, can't find it. Something about a project with SvelteKit, Shad, CN, UI, and Tailwind. Nice. Has anyone done? I wonder if they have anything on YouTube about this. Zeta files. Has anyone done anything with Shad CN? That's one thing is I continue to hear about and don't really know much about myself. So in this video, I think what they uh, I think mainly what they do is just kind of show that these are in there. I don't know how to upload these programmatically, which is important. I don't think they do that in here. They upload these through the dashboard, which makes sense. And then you can manage them there, upload PDF, images. It's basic component lib that you can just copy and paste rather than installing stuff. Yeah, I keep hearing all kinds of things about it, to be honest. So those are image transformations, which are fun. Yeah, I would like to know programmatically. I might actually just jump into the Slack really quickly and ask. We'll get this figured out eventually. Wonder if I can start with let's get out of here and just go into create a new record. So ID be auto generated. Let's attach a file. I don't know what's a good. I just created a short on Postman VS Code extension. This one. Can I just drag this straight across onto that? I can. Cool. I want to create like a drag and drop interface too for like in the dashboard that I create. Um I want to have a drag and drop experience similar to that. Is this failed to fetch? I wonder what the failed to fetch part was. Huh. So now we can store files directly in the DB. So no more. Yeah. So it actually uses S3 behind the scenes, as far as I understand. I think this is covered here. Let's do file attachments. Let's just make sure that I am saying the right thing. File support directly in the database itself. I know it says this in here. S3. But I just read it. CD in. Well, I'm almost positive it's using S3. I thought I saw this before. Maybe it's not on this page. Maybe it's on a different page. Maybe this one. There it is. Behind the scenes, these files are stored in S3 and served on a Cloudflare CDN. So still using that, but hopefully in a much more transparent, easier way for us as developers. I'm not sure what is going on here. Can I try that again? Where is my Finder window? It's really weird. So let's do that. Failed to fetch. Huh. For okay, did I break something already? Discard that. Refresh or something? I don't know. create. Can we just have that be auto-generated? Yes. And then let's go into here. Hmm. Wow, that's really odd. Does it have any sample? No. Huh. Wow. Okay. I just did get a link for this uploading. Oh, so where was this page? How did I miss this? This is under docs, file attachments in the SDK. So you can pass in the base 64 content. Base 64 content for video. This is something that's new for me. Trigger video, fact that works amazing. Can base 64 video be? Sometimes you'd send the text document, but you can't do this. You can cover the file to base 64. That feels like that would be a very big URL. And maybe that's fine. The other option, or using the update method, file through. So that is all base 64. And then the other one is using file APIs. Zeta files, upload file. How do I know what that file is? Oddball, what's up? Pin a file, tune array, downloading a file. Column type is a file array. It'd be nice for that to be a type, because I'm not sure the best way to get that. Like, anyway, we could start with a basic tuning in during lunch. I mean, what's up? What time is it there? It's almost 3 for me. Video upload, JavaScript. Let's also go and create. We're just going to start in Astro. CD into code, CD delete me, npx create Astro latest. I think that's the command. It's almost 5. Sion, remind me where you are. Also, I need to use 18. Kenshin, I don't understand. What is the difference between a REST API made with Express and MongoDB, for example, and Zeta? So two different things. REST API it stands alone. That's its own thing. And then MongoDB is a NoSQL database. Zeta is a SQL database based on Postgres. Zeta also has nice UI features. So anyway, so the REST API is on its own. And then Zeta and MongoDB are both databases. Jaime is having Schlotsky's sandwich. Nice. Very cool. So what's the command? Create new Astro app. I'm going to copy this command and we'll just test out a few things. Let's play GeoGuessr. Where do you think I'm from? Do I get to actually send guesses? You have to give me some sort of hint that I can work based on. Video load test. Include sample file, sure. Dependencies, yes. I don't know, Cyan, if we've talked about where you're from. BS, do we all forget about MongoDB Grid FS? I have no idea what MongoDB Grid FS is, so I don't think I forgot it. I just never knew. What is that? Oh, file storage probably is what that is. Yeah, there's like a lot of databases can store files. I don't think that's like the issue here. It's not a completely novel thing. Video upload test. So I've never actually done video in JavaScript. So I'm just gonna copy some code and we'll just play around with some stuff and see. So let's go into index. Not from the US. I live down south of the American continent. Okay. Um, down south of the American continent. Um, I assume that means you're like in South America. I would assume is what you're saying, which is cool. I'm not going to worry anything about styles right now. Just want to start to work with this. So npm run dev. Ion, what is your native language? If you're in South America, I would assume it's most likely Spanish, although it could be Portuguese. What is that to? Oh, this is just showing a video player. Okay, so we don't actually have anything yet. We have one input. That's a file. Okay, and then we can add a script tag. That's going to get a reference to a couple of these things. So let's just add our tag. We'll query those 3 elements. Oh, wow, are you Canadian? What do you mean? Am I Canadian? Why would you think I'm Canadian? I'm just throwing in somebody's random code, by the way. Like I don't know anything about this person's code. Because you know geography. Yeah, obviously I can't be American if I know geography. Okay, let's see what they're doing here. So I'm gonna make a little bit more room in here. Right? Yes. Damn Americans and our lack of geography. So is your native language Spanish or Portuguese? Going back to the question. So let's see. So we have video source, which I think is just video source is this thing. So that's so that we can update the source of the video. Can I learn Astro without knowing React? Dev on YouTube. Absolutely, you can. You don't have to know React at all to learn Astro. And in fact, in my Astro course, I don't use React at all yet, although I'm going to add some content with that. But you can watch for free the Astro Crash course. There's actually 2 of these. One is from me on my channel. So I'll give you the link to this one. And then I will give you the link to the one on the Free Code Camp channel. Also, Scion native language is Portuguese, which I assume means you're from Brazil, which is cool. Nice. How many people, if you don't live in the US, how many of you have been to the US? That'd be interesting. Okay, so we have the source here that we will update. We have the input input tag here, which is the input type. It accepts only videos. Great. And Stony Eagle says, my kind of stuff. I made a facade for Video.js and JDB Player. You get the same UI and events between 2 players. Cool. I will probably be diving in pretty deep to video stuff. So that's really cool. Let's look here. So this function is defined. How is this function triggered? Don't we need to set like a handler for this? I feel like this is missing. Don't we need some sort of defining that this function is what we're calling? I don't think that's going to work. Scion never left the country. Hopefully one day, if you ever make it to the US, let me know. Dev, one more question. Udemy premium courses do you recommend on JavaScript? Colt Steel Web Developer Bootcamp is a resource that changed my life. So I highly recommend that one. Kenshin, you're from Paris? Parlez-vous français? Je peux parler un peu en français avec toi? Si tu veux. I don't know if I get much better than that, but there's some. I've been studying passively French for like 500 days, over a year, 550 days or something. So multilingual James. I don't know any Portuguese. but I could understand some Portuguese just having experience with Spanish. So there's that. Let's go see. I don't think this is gonna work. There's like no way this works based on my limited knowledge of stuff. So if I let's move this. Actually, I'll just do something from downloads. So Sony Eagle, where are you from? Beyond Coding Podcast. Let's get this. Yeah, that's definitely not gonna work because they didn't like. How did they think this worked? They obviously like missed a piece of code. Oh, from the Netherlands. Very cool. I've spent some time in Amsterdam and I know one word is Eingang, I think is in like entrance. And then I always thought it was Utegang is like exit, but I think I actually was mixing letters and that's not the case. So what is entrance and exit in you the gang? I feel like this person is missing something in the code that they shared. Yes, they don't have this. They totally skipped that in their code example, right? Oh, that went away. Whatever. Okay, so this is what I want. Hmm. All right, so now, in theory, if we grab one of these, ooh, that's very big, mucho big. Okay, so probably want to set like a max width on that. One thing I would like to do is npx Astro add tailwind CSS. Yes. And then I can go into main class, add, I don't know, P10 max width 7XL MX auto and set this to be class max or just width full, I guess. Okay, all right, Sony. Love how foreigners try to pronounce Dutch words. Um, in so in Germany, is it Eingang? EIN? Eingang. If you could give a phonetic pronunciation, I would love it. And then how do you? Okay, I'm so curious. I don't know if you will be able to hear this, but let's check it out. Tu parles bien français, bravo. Merci beaucoup, mon ami. Let's see. Kenshin, if you ever want to just send me random messages in French to make me practice, I would I would love it. How do you say I would love it? J'aimerais would be I would love. Je l'aimerais. I would love it. Let me know. Okay, I'm gonna do Dutch. I guess I could do English to Dutch. I don't know if you will hear this, but I will be able to hear it. So let's do entrance and let me listen. Ingang. I feel like that sounded pretty good. Stony. Ingang. Yeah. And exit. Oh, that's hard. What? Oh, I can't even say. I can't begin to say that. Edgegang. Let me see if I can get this through. Um, I think I could do this. Let me see if. Let me know if you hear this. Nope. Wrong app. Sorry. Hold on one second. Let me add this arc. And let me try one more time. And then I also need to monitor this so that I can hear it. Did y'all hear that? That's hard. That's not a natural. That's not a natural thing for us in the US. Cool. If you have any other Dutch words that would be fun, feel free to throw them out there. Oh, you couldn't hear that pronunciation? That's like, do I have the right audio? I think I do. Sorry if it didn't come through. All right. Hmm. That's interesting. Huh. How do you do a max width? Like if you set a max width and then it's vertical, should you set a max width and a max height? I guess you could do that. So one of them will catch it. Don't worry, I know how to speak Dutch. Fair enough. That part I get. Okay, so this is able to select a video. And then inside of the event, we get event.target.files and we get the H auto aspect video. But does the aspect video gives a 16.9 specifically though? But I'm saying we don't know if it's going to be like what happens if we get a 9 by 16? Yeah, it works perfectly for that one. Anyway, that's styles that we can come back to and figure that out. So what we get access to e.target video tag dot load reader dot read data. Okay. Let's see. Upload video to Node.js. I wonder how people do this. Not using Cloudinary. By the way, I'm going to get going. Good talking to you. Sion, thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. Portrait video should never have been made popular. Fair enough. Kenshin Jadore. Jadorere. Huh, that feels like it's got extra in it. um file. So this is stuff. The upload URL. So what happens if you just post this as a form? If we just create a button, submit, and then we have action equals post, and then um no, that's method is post, and then action we just send it to the root. So method equals post, and then inside of here we can check the request. How do we do this in Astro course demo? Oh, not that one actually. But slug file, I think. Oh, wrong one. Astro.request. All right. So let's do this condition. And then we want to grab the data. And then we could give this a name of video. And we want to grab that video. Does this just submit like that? So click here, choose a file. There's my hidden submit button, so ignore that. Format cannot parse content as form data. Okay. I didn't know if you could just do that or not. Video post handler. Interesting that this doesn't seem like a very common use case. Like I don't see much content around create object URL, accept. Filter, yes. Added video element JS code. We may just need to convert this to the basics for if you want to upload video in Node.js, you can use Malter. Well, so when you use Malter, how does it get sent from the front end? That's what I'm looking for first. Is just how to send it in the front end. Is it just as part of the form? I bet this is good. Austin's awesome. Can you all hear this or no? You can't hear. I'm surprised that you can't hear that. My great friend Austin. He's awesome. Tony, are you on other platforms? Like, are you on Twitter? You have the same name? Okay, so he's doing a fetch request, which I think makes sense. Okay, so he is grabbing so inside of JavaScript, set the action method of post. He is calling handle submit or can't think of any more device who uses the default color scheme in VS Code, not leet enough. I know what leet is. Christian can't hear anything. Yeah, I'm not sure why you can't hear that. It looks like it's coming through on mine, like yeah. Oh, you're talking about Austin. Austin's great. You should definitely trust Austin. He is awesome. Don't worry about his lack of color scheme. It's totally fine. Um, so he is. Can this go away? I don't want you. Oh, that's one thing we didn't do is the ink type. And then keep it multi-part form data, right? Yeah. And then we have our file. We can actually move video out of that. Austin sure knows what he does. He just doesn't give a crap about his editor. He is awesome. So he absolutely does. Yes. And then what's the I guess we could just get the form here. So let's give an ID video form, it doesn't matter. And we can go and grab this video form, grab the video form dot add event listener, submit. Is that the right listener for a form? Is that right? What did I break in here? Something, I'm sure. Tag, add event listener, change. Oh, is this just trying to refresh that page again? No, I don't want to. There's that. Oh gosh, where's the little submit text? Jeez Louise. For the button. There it is. So let's select one. Okay, so it actually triggers. So then we want to make a fetch request to form.action. I never thought about doing that. And then he had video form dot action, and then he had just method of posts. And then he had to define the body, and he created the form data from the form. Form data from the video form. We get errors all over the place. So now, I guess just try this again. Post. So I couldn't parse this form data. But did this actually send this as the right type of? So we sent a post request to 4321, request headers, video binary. So that I would think would be good. That's what he did, right? So content type did a response header, request header, content type, multi-part form data. Okay, so that should be. Video too big, you got to increase Apache max upload limit. Apache max upload limit. Where is that? This is also a fairly small file. I don't know what the limit is, and looks correct. Server just doesn't like it. This is one of the interesting things. I feel like you get limitations in your endpoints, which is really tough. Which I thought about. So this is just running locally. Oh, like which server? So this is just running locally. Here, try a file that's 5 megabytes. What was the one that I did? How big was that one? My this is really annoying. The view on my Finder is different, and I hate it because it doesn't show me. Does anyone know what happens here? So I usually have where it shows me the preview of the file, then shows me the data. Like that's the type because I don't like this one. Um, ChatGPT, what it thinks about that's a good idea. So I'm not sure. I don't know why I'm not getting my preview, and it's really annoying. Let's go back. Choose a file. I choose a smaller file. I also could not choose a video as an option. This is like basically nothing, 19 kilobytes. So if we, oh, not that, try to submit this, cannot parse as form data. Parse multi-part form data. Astro. Oh, wait. Well, one of the things is I'm not doing SSR output. That's potentially part of it. So I was trying to do this with a static site. Waleed, maybe compress video size. Yeah, definitely could. Let's try this again now that we actually have a server running, which is kind of important for what we're doing. So let's try this thing. Let's try to submit. Okay, I think that did it. Cool. Thank you. Experimental feature might change. Okay, so we're getting this thing. So that's good. I'm sure there's limitations if we upload bigger things, so that's something we'll have to figure out. One of the things that I would like to do is do a Zeta init now to connect to the files test. We'll do TypeScript. Yes, put it there. And so this is generating TypeScript code for working with Zeta, which is really super cool. Let me text. I might need to go check something really quickly. Or I might have to go in a second. We'll see. Hopefully not. So after I get this video, then what I need to do, and when I log that out, what did that log exactly? The MP4. Huh. So let's run this again, I think. We also I want to stop sharing my screen for just a second. Let's go into this. Key. I think we have to do something different for how we initialize the Zeta client. Demo. Plug. It's this. Building, by the way, new TikTok all the way. Let's go back and I can show you my screen. So in theory, I'm building tools that I can use to take advantage or to create better experiences at conferences, part of which is me recording videos at conferences and trying to get more out of it. So I'm really starting kind of raw and just working with like video uploads and trying to do exports, like to get clips out of videos and then want to build in some AI features and things like that. So there's lots of potential. And I'm kind of figuring out where I'm going, honestly. So just kind of testing some stuff out really early on, then we'll see. Okay, so that should work. Let's go back to here. Can I get a code snippet? And pagina query, let's do create, insert a record. And I wonder if I can just pass in that video. Get rid of that one, come in here. Video is going to be that video. Does that work? I really don't know. Really have no idea if that's going to work. Let's go back here. Let's choose a file. Let's do something really small to start. which this is basically just a blank white video. Submit. Okay, so I think what was I had the links back here before, a file attachment. So upload a file, table. So this is with the files API. AI should analyze the video from meetings, compress it somehow to text, which should be used for an email. This would allow people to really skip meetings that should have been an email. That's a good idea too. I like it. Okay, so this is maybe what we need to be doing. So Zeta files upload the table. So the table in here, um, what's our table? The table is video. Video. The column is also video. The record ID. So is this adding? So this is like if we create. Can I do that? Will this attach a record to or attach a video to that record? Is that what it is? So you have to have a record first. You type form data entry value is not assignable. Type binary file. See, that's the downside is they don't show you how they got that. They have an example. Let's see. Record create file data. I wonder if I can cp.image. That might be the right way to go. Form data, tags, file name, file data. Okay, so they get the file. So let's do a couple of these. Oh, not there. Here. We get file data. Then we'll get the MIME type, which is a video type. Where does buffer come from? Zeta client. Buffer just built in. All right, let's hope so. And then they're creating a new record different than that. So they say image. So this is what we would be doing. So the video would be an object. It would have a file name, which I didn't grab. So file name from the video. Name. This is going to work, please. Take the video to an array buffer, video type, upload the file name, the MIME type, and then now on the server, it's going to convert that file data to base64. Then we can log out the record. Maybe. Not submit. Submit. That actually do a thing? Aha, I did create it. If I open this. Okay. So what if I grabbed a bigger one, like from here? Submit that. 500. I wonder if it can't fetch failed response. Did I handle any errors in the fetch? I probably didn't. I bet that timed out maybe. Backhand. Choose another file. Bigger than the other one was. Submit. Fetch failed. Pipe, fetch failed. Request timed out. See, how do people build servers that are like, what would I need to do to be able to accept a bigger video upload? We got one to work, which is good. And I'm probably gonna call it now because I have that working. But like, what do you do? I assume it's server configuration. Some services limit the amount of data you can send. Yeah. So what do you do when you need more? Like, I guess that some servers have like configuration things that you can do for like size limits and then timeout issues on requests, like before they consider it a dead request or whatever. So that would be something I would have to figure out. Searching for works regarding thumbnail design and video editing. Cool. I'm also thinking I may move this to be like a full node backend in theory that I could control more the size of, I would think. So I might have to try that out. But cool. So we have a video upload. We need to look at like sizing behind the scenes. How to upload directly to S3 bucket instead of using S3 bucket. You add upload limit to 100 MB only for premium users. Yeah, you could definitely gate this on the front end. To check the file size and make sure they're not uploading something. I don't know what the limit would be because it's actually a timeout limit, not a size limit, I think. So like that's kind of hard to marry those up together. Jeffrey said uploaded directly to S3. You directed directly to S3 from the front end. How do you gate the uploading part if it's straight from the front end? Node on its own doesn't have any file limits. That's set by the backend framework on top of Node. Backend framework on top, like Express. Shubham, not interested in thumbnails. Thanks though. Node on its own doesn't have file limits set by the backend framework. Part of it's like the hosting platform too, right? But if framework would be Express, so like Express file limits. Maybe we could also look into Multer in Node.js, which is very popular. It would be cool to use what's it called? Nest.js. That would be fun. Profile, upload, single upload array. But you're running local right now, so I don't know. You should not have any limits. Well, maybe it's actually so that it may not be a file. Again, this is not a file limit specifically. This is a timeout. So this may be an Astro configuration. Astro function timeout. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. So I'm not sure how that works. So this is just doing a regular form submission, right? Multi-part file. So countries with slow internet can't use the service then? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure how and where all these limitations come into play, which will be a cool like learning experience, I think. Yeah, I don't know. Like people use YouTube, so I can help with the Nginx and PHP. Not something I have experience with. Anyway, think about it. We'll come back probably next week and continue to work on this and hopefully figure some stuff out. So if you have ideas, make sure to come back or just send me a message and we could try it out. But anyway, I'm going to run and go see my wife and daughter and get some food probably. Good to see you all. Catch you later.